Hey guys, welcome back to Chaos and Crime with Tiff, and today we're going to be discussing America's first female serial killer, Aileen Wuornos. But when you look closely, the story is just not that simple. In a lot of ways, Aileen was not born a monster. She was made. According to Aileen, she grew up in extreme abuse. She was abandoned by her mother at a young age and raised by violent, alcoholic grandparents. She was also allegedly beaten, essayed, became pregnant after a grape at 14, and homeless by 15. So by 15 years old, Aileen was surviving by SW, work, on the streets. And long before she ever picked up a pew-pew, she spent her life being exploited, assaulted, and discarded by every system that was meant to protect her. But here's where her case takes an even darker turn. In Aileen's first unaliving trial, the judge made a very controversial decision on the case of Richard Mallory. The judge allowed evidence from 5 other unaliving cases to be used against Aileen in her first trial. But these 5 other unalivings were crimes that she had not been convicted of yet. And by doing that, at Aileen's first trial for the unaliving of Richard Mallory, she was not given an opportunity to have a fair jury trial. So that meant that basically the jury walked in already hearing that Aileen was a serial unaliver, and that destroyed any chance she had at a fair trial. Now legally, this is called Williams Rule evidence. But many legal scholars argue that Williams Rule was abused in Aileen's case. And then the freaking state dismissed Aileen's claim of self-defense without doing their homework. She claimed that Richard Mallory had raped her, and then prosecutors painted Richard Mallory as a clean-cut, innocent man, and that her self-defense claim was just not true. But then, after her conviction, a disturbing truth surfaced. He had a documented history of violence and a prior conviction of SA, which was exactly the kind of behavior that Aileen had described. Now, had the jury known this little bit of information at the time, the entire defense that she unalived Mallory in self-defense may have been seen in a completely different light. So what does this leave us with? A woman who is a lifelong victim of sexual violence, a woman who has been assaulted repeatedly as a SMEX worker on the highway, facing a prosecution team determined to make an example out of her, being tried under a system that did not give her a fair chance from the start, and whose very first victim was later proven to be a sexual predator. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Was Aileen Wuornos a monster? Or was she a victim who eventually fought back the only way that she knew how? A lot of people believe that she became exactly what society turned her into. Others believe that she was too far gone to save. But either way, her story forces us to look at how trauma can twist and break a person. You guys be sure to give me a follow and subscribe. I will be back shortly with part 2, Aileen Wuornos, Victim or Monster.